just the back and forth momentum swap. That there's a big rock. Here comes Romero. But a pull counter.
There we go. We have a champion, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so UFC 316 is over, and Merab Dvalishvili submitted Sean O'Malley in round 3. Overall, actually a pretty good card, pretty good main card. Kevin Holland actually ended up submitting Vicente Luque, which I knew was a possibility, but not in that fashion. I thought it would be off of stunning Vicente Luque, not off of how the fuck that should happen. That was slick, really slick on Kevin Holland's part. Kayla Harrison did her thing, submitted Juliana Pena, which a lot of us are very thankful for. And of course, the rematch between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili. I think a lot of us we expected, in terms of like my friend group, we kind of expected, we did expect Merab to win, but we always just kind of said that, Merab hasn't finished anybody. The last person that he had finished was Marlon Moraes, and that was after he'd gotten finished brutally twice back-to-back by Ralph Font and Corey Sandhagen, or it could have been in a different order, but somewhere along those lines. And Merab ends up submitting, becoming the first person to submit Sean O'Malley. So, great win. I didn't even think that he... Apparently, it's a... Jesus Christ. It's a different type of way of finishing that choke, which I'm going to have to look back at, because it looked like he just straight dug that shit out, like a north-south choke variation. And for all of the talks for Sean O'Malley, not Jane DePeen, not jerking it. Apparently, a lot of people thought that, hey, he's not masturbating anymore. That's going to be enough to cover the deficiencies that he had 9 months ago versus Merab Dvalishvili. Yep, that's totally the answer. Now, he did. Nice. Denied that. Now, to be fair, he did look good round 1. He was defending a couple takedowns. But we already know what the fuck? We already know it's established with Merab that one takedown, stopping one is not going to be enough. Okay. I guess for this guy it is. Alrighty then.
Ready to fight?
Alrighty, Song Yadong. So, yeah, doesn't touch gloves. This actually might be the next matchup for Sean O'Malley. But as I was talking about, I was talking with my boy Kurt Lee. We were talking about like leading up to the fights, and I think I had brought up, oh, cool, he's training with Adesanya, but Adesanya isn't the guy that you need to go to for capitalizing on grappling. And Kurt was like, well, he did train with Mighty Mouse, but then I kind of countered with, that was like 2 weeks out from the fight. So it wasn't like a whole invested camp with Mighty Mouse. It was, hey, shoot some content, record something for 2-3 days, and yeah, it's gonna look good. And they did all the stuff he was talking about not doing media and not doing certain things. Still, even with all that, showing what he was doing in the gym with regards to simulating the fight, simulating the atmosphere, like all that stuff was cool. But I kind of felt like, isn't this what you didn't want to do? And to his credit, O'Malley did try to go immediately to the body of Merab. He was working a lot of 1-1-2s, sneaking in those body hooks, especially that body cross. He was having a lot of success with it in their first meeting. But this time around, Merab's counterboxing looked super solid. He was ready for the body shots. He wasn't getting caught off guard by them. Because in the first fight, even though, Sean lost, Merab didn't really look to finish throughout that fight. He did just enough to kind of stop the other person from being able to fight. That wasn't the case this time around. So for Sean O'Malley, now that he's in this position, he really shouldn't have gotten this rematch. I think a lot of us agree. And I think that the next fight should be against, going against Song Yadong right here. I think that's a good fight that he could do. Could fight Peter Yan in a 5-rounder, not a freaking 3-rounder. But for as long as Merab Dvalishvili has a title, he's not seeing the title anytime soon. Ooh, that's right hand. We can expect a few changes for Sean O'Malley's base version. Of course, people are just going to end up using the UFC 299 version to make up for any nerfs that he will receive. But generally speaking, what Sean O'Malley does really well. I know a lot of people are already kind of calling him, he's overrated, he's all this stuff. I think he managed his career pretty well. You know, it is what happened with Aljo. But, you know, there's some truth to what Aljamain Sterling was saying. Nice. And Sean O'Malley, when he's on fire, he does a lot of things well. Okay. All right. It's good. I like the pressure this guy's giving. This is good. Helps me kind of work things I got to work on with Sean. So, yeah. Alrighty. So, let's talk a little bit more about what Sean's game plan looked to be. Obviously, he wanted to keep his back off of the fence, but you got to understand that that's going to eventually happen. And I want to talk about this very tactically. I don't want to spend the showcase on O'Malley, ragging on O'Malley, because I'm not necessarily in a position to be doing that. A lot of the success that he was looking for came off of the body shots, which we kind of discussed a little bit earlier, like the body front kick. Ooh, nice, he's trying to sidestep it. And when he first came out in round 1, he looked really good with pressuring Merab. The only thing is that Merab, I mean, they should kind of have figured from the first fight that Merab is very comfortable circling. He's one of the few grapplers that not only can he enter shooting off of the back foot, because a lot of times when guys shoot off of the back foot, there's a lot of space, and the person's able to sprawl and get their hips back. But because Merab doesn't drop to his knees on his shot, he goes for more of the snatch singles, he goes for the overhands, and staying on the hips. It's what allows him to get those sneaky little back takes. It's what allows him to drive his opponent to the fence, and he also throws a lot of good shots off of the break. So it was definitely an uphill battle for Sean, but it really was looking, it was kind of looking like, yo, he might be able to do something here. But after the way his body language looked, once the takedown happened, and because Merab started to actually tee off in full guard, looking to actually sting O'Malley with the shots, you can see that there was a significant difference there. And now we're going to have to see how the rest of the division plays out, because now that they've seen what they've seen from Sean, there's going to be two types of guys that are going to face Sean. There's going to be guys who are going to assume that, oh yeah, now we have the perfect blueprint to beat him, but you're not going to be able to replicate Merab's cardio, so to speak. Maybe you can try to replicate the game plan, yeah, sure, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. So if you go into the fight thinking all you need is a takedown to get O'Malley, that's been proven not to be true multiple times. Merab is the exception to the rule, because he's basically prepared for this man 3 times, honestly. He helped Aljo out in camp, then for his fight, and then for this rematch that did not go Sean's way. And 2. Wait, hey. He's pressuring, just walking into some bad shots, which is, I think that's what they were hoping. I think they were hoping that Merab was actually going to, low-key pull Bilal Muhammad and try to stand with O'Malley with no threat of the takedown. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Thank you, Merab, for not doing that. I love Bilal. But fuck, man, that still irks me. Alright. Se fue el tipo. Se fue el tipo otra vez. Alright, we're gonna try to end it against another Merab. We'll see how this guy plays. Okay, so he stands, doesn't touch my glove. That's another thing too. Merab was doing a good job of, he's always switching the stance, he's firing off offense from both sides, and he actually got the single. Okay. See? The last guy got to take notes. See how he shot immediately? Okay. Oh, that's not good. Can't remember the North-South choke in UFC 3. Now we only have the doors from there? No. Okay. We got to get the fuck up from there. This is not where we want to be. This is where he can really, really cook our stamina. Like that, those positions right there. Yeah, land some shots off the break. Motherfucker. Okay. I like this. I like this. All right, this is what I want. I want this type of adversity, so to speak, where the guy's legit trying to hold me down, Rob style. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna try to sweep him. Catch him off guard. Oh, okay. I'm about to say. So here's one thing with UFC 5. Like, I still kind of stand by the fact. So UFC 5's the grappling, with regards to like the grappling, I'm not even gonna talk about the millions of things I've spoken about before. If we're talking strictly finishing potential in terms of like how things can snowball. Things can snowball really, really bad quickly after significantly bad. No, not today. Striking exchange. But in grappling, if you don't get early success, I'd argue that the consequences are significantly more severe. Like, I don't know if you guys just peeped, right? But I just denied his takedown and I didn't lose any short-term stamina, which we all know that is a fucking lie. Ow. You use energy defending takedowns. How efficient you are when you defend them will generally affect if you're getting tired from defending them or not. Try to shoot again. Should be shooting more singles. Who's having success with that? But in this game, it is really, really catered towards the kickboxers, unless you're an egregious clinch heavy dude. And then that, that just mixing everything up together. But with this Merab, I think I see what he's doing. I think he's trying to do his best impression of Merab. It's not the greatest one, but he's trying to be erratic. He's switching his stance. He's throwing like the 2-3. Yep, 2-3-2. I already know if I wanted to just say fuck the showcase and I want to walk this dude down and just blast right through him, I could. But I like what I'm seeing. So we're going to try to make this a little bit educational. He stopped shooting too. So, as for me right now using the striker, my goal, right, for the guys who are new to my channel, if you're the striker and you're trying to stop the person from taking you down, you cannot only focus on denying the takedown and not fire off any offense. So if you're paying attention to the way that I'm attacking his body, I am attacking him when his short-term stamina is recovering. I don't have to necessarily look at it. Anytime there's an action that generally costs short-term stamina, I know there's at least a quick second window or two where I can fire off that shot. And single under is an extremely busted position. It's extremely busted for both person on offense and grappling, or if the guy gets it off a denied takedown, because what ends up happening is you're landing a shot when the short-term stamina is recovering, so it's more damage. And now this Merab has a cut, so notice for those of you that like to circle, oh my gosh, my fiance, she has to switch too. So she's playing the new Mario Kart. So if y'all guys heard that, it's a gaming household. Okay, there you go, flying knee. But you cannot concede, on the grappler's terms. You got to try to use all types of footwork if you want to stop him from trying to grapple you. Because right now, the Merab is striking erratic but not efficient. Like, Merab is efficient with, it seems like it's wonky, it's wild, but he has a good system behind it. And if he were to come out wild with no system behind it, he'd get knocked out unconscious by O'Malley. When you have O'Malley managing your footwork, and in those shots, intercepting is your goal. Your counter shots are not always going to be big counter shots. They're going to be little shots that add up. And yeah, I don't know for him if he's going to fight. Who would he fight? I'm still thinking Song Yadong should be the person that he should fight next. But if there's somebody that I think that Sean O'Malley would actually win against, it'd probably be, yeah, some of y'all might be like, whoa, when I say this, but Henry Cejudo. I know Henry Cejudo just had that thing with Song Yadong. You know, the eye poke, that kind of, you know, took him out of there. He wants to retire. But I think that Cejudo is braggadocious enough to where he thinks, all right, I just got to get back to wrestling heavy, and then I'll be able to do exactly what Merab did. And we kind of saw that's not going to be the case. And for what it's worth, Merab has better jiu-jitsu than Henry Cejudo. I think we know that much. Got him. This guy keeps lunging. He keeps lunging in. He's lunging in. He's not letting his fighter recover position. He's going forward in all his strikes. Oh, yeah, it's over. Oh, no, of course it's not. It's Merab. This is the same guy that got knocked down 4 times by Marlon Moraes, then came back and TKO'd him in guard. So, Cejudo would be a good one for O'Malley to take. Song Yadong could be hit or miss. Obviously, Peter would love to get that back, but he's fighting Marcus McGee. We already know that Corey's going to be fighting for the belt. Mario Bautista is his teammate, so they're not going to fight. I think Marcus McGee is also his teammate, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. It's a lot. Let me know in the comment sections. In the comment section, what y'all think. Who's next for Sean O'Malley? So I'd be flashy. Okay. Fight's gone on long enough. Alright, brother. And this is the issue. Players, they get stuck in this cycle where they're doing something decently well and they're used to having like a certain degree of success, but when they start losing, they don't read the tempo of the fight well at all. Like, they're not able to take risk in a different way. They only know what they know. Stand switch, counter. There's the body kick. Push mark. Ooh, that's a hard rock. That's a hard rock. Okay, that's good. That's good. Almost. I'm gonna try to get the TikTok edit that Sean O'Malley would love to do if he would have beaten Merab. See? That entire bar is flashing. That's Flash KO territory. And the fight's done. Alright. That's going to be it for Mr. Sean O'Malley. I've showcased him a couple times on the channel, so not my first rodeo. I definitely would have liked to get more backstep counters, me personally, but, you know, whatever's there is what I got to take. But that's going to be it. Yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought overall with the entirety of the card. I'm fighting this weekend up in Saratoga, so you guys will get the results of that in due time. But, yeah, overall, good card. Happy with the results. Run 17, I appreciate y'all. Much love. Take care, and have a wonderful night.